And we are back again looking at the IQOS, this amazing vape device from Philip Morris International. Um, yeah, so I've been using it a while now, since I've uploaded my other videos. Now, what I've discovered is that um, the one that was originally released by Philip Morris, there's a defect in it, and I've actually went through two or three of them now, and they've all had the defect, but I recently bought a new one, and it seems they've eliminated that defect quietly. They probably don't want the word on the market that there is a defect, but I'll show you what it is. So basically, this thing is supposed to lock in when you push it down, and this button, um, what happens is there's like a thing there that holds it in, and it breaks. It always breaks. It breaks on all of them. And this is the defect with the IQOS. But it looks like they fixed it, because the previous ones I bought, it all broke. Like, I'd buy it, it lasts about a month, then it would break. I'd buy another one, it would, last a month, it would break. But the newer one I bought seems quite solid. There's no signs of it breaking. It's been good so far. I've been using it again and again, and you see in there, it's good. If you do have an old one and it broke, what you can do is if you put a hairband around the top to hold it down, that you could buy in just a convenience store anywhere, or a rubber band, it will still charge and it will still work. However, if you did register your IQOS with Philip Morris International, they have like a way to register it. When you buy it, you have to download an app and do it. Then they will replace it for free. I, however, have lost money. I've been unable to do that because in Japan, you have to go on the Japanese app store, and it's a Japanese app, and it's all in Japanese, and my Japanese is not that good, so I didn't want to deal with that. But I didn't know I was going to have that problem, so I kind of lost out. I mean, I could still, of course, make it work, but yeah, basically I lost out on it. But the latest one I bought, it seems to not have that defect, so I'm pretty sure they are aware of it. I have Japanese friends that have exchanged theirs, and Philip Morris International replaced it for free. And Philip Morris International basically would tell them on the phone, yes, everyone has the same problem. When people call Philip Morris International because there's a problem with their IQOS, which is supposed to be like warranted for, I don't know how long it is, up to 6 months, I think it is. It could be up to a year. When they call, they know about that defect. Anyway, I've been, doing good with not smoking. I haven't touched cigarettes. Now and then, when I'm at a bar, someone might offer me a cigarette. I might, smoke the occasional cigarette. But for the most part, I've been only vaping the IQOS. I've been doing good with it. I do like it better than e-liquid, and with e-liquid you get the liquid on your fingers, dealing with it. Sometimes it depends on your device. Sometimes you get a little bit that goes in your mouth. Sometimes the tank is solid, the liquid won't spill, but sometimes it does, it leaks. There's a whole lot of issues that go around vaping e-liquid. I'm not knocking e-liquid. A lot of people have been able to quit and they like it. They do good with it. What I've found with e-liquid is I like the sub-ohm vaping the best at 6 milligrams. However, I've noticed that this causes a lot of pressure on my sinuses. And this IQOS, it doesn't. And it doesn't put out clouds, but it does satisfy you. The IQOS is a very satisfying vape. The Philip Morris International Scientist says it eliminates about 90% of the harmful chemicals of cigarettes. I believe that. I believe also that e-liquid probably eliminates all the harmful chemicals except for the nicotine and the vegetable glycerin or the propylene glycol that's in the e-liquid, but other than that, I believe it eliminates more. So this is kind of kind of an in between between a cigarette and a very clean vape like vaping, pure e-liquid. Well, it's not necessarily pure. There is, they put in propylene glycol or vegetable glycerin or a mixture. You got your nicotine, and then they also put in some other types of flavorings and things. And some people can be allergic to some of those. There's, like I said, there's a variety of problems. There's no perfect device. So surrounding e-liquid and vaping e-liquid, there's a variety of issues. However, I am choosing to vape only leaf tobacco. The IQOS is the only thing I know of that it can be done with. And also, I just remembered, I said there's no vegetable glycerin or propylene glycol in the IQOS. No, I was wrong. Actually, I've looked into it, and based on what my Japanese friends have read on Japanese sites about this, inside with the tobacco, they do put vegetable glycerin in there to help it vape. I guess if it's just like pure tobacco, like tobacco from a cigarette, or you buy like a pack of drum and you got that tobacco, or pipe tobacco, or whatever kind of tobacco that you have, I guess it doesn't really vape well, and you've got to put vegetable glycerin in it in order to make it vape. However, I do believe that the content of vegetable glycerin that you're getting with an IQOS is far less than the amount that you're getting when you're vaping e-liquid, especially if you're sub-ohm vaping and you just go through a lot of e-liquid very quickly. It's true, vaping e-liquid, you can vape a very high content of nicotine, like you can vape 24 milligram nicotine, so you should vape less. And because if you're vaping 8 milligrams, then you would take one puff instead of taking three. I'm sorry, if you're vaping 6 milligrams, you would take one puff instead of taking 4 puffs. Similarly, if 8, then it would be 1 instead of 3. But a lot of people, they have that oral fixation, so it's easy to vape too much. But with this, like, I do believe that the vegetable glycerin content, what they put in tobacco, it is quite low. I believe it's just a little bit that just helps it vape a little better. But, tobacco as itself, I mean, it could vape on its own. I have tried it in the past in a vaporizer, which was not really meant for tobacco. I think it was meant for legal herbs. And, of course, people use it for illegal herbs. But I've tried putting tobacco on one of those types of devices. Yeah, it tasted terrible. It was disgusting. But however Philip Morris International did it, I think they did it right. And still, this is, I would say, the best vape I've ever had. Now, there are issues with cleaning the device, and getting a good vape every time. And I find when you get used to it, you can get a good vape every time. And it's just a matter, there's some tricks to it. Like, for example, with this one, what I do is I hold this piece down and let it start the heating process first, and then I put this in. After a few seconds of it starting the heating process, hold on, let me put this down while I do that, and then I stick it in, and I find it just slides in a lot smoother, it slides in a lot better. And you can almost get a good vape every time. I'd say, 95, 99% of the time if you do that trick. You also have to keep the device clean. It does come with a cleaning kit. You should use that regularly. How much of this do I go through? I buy 3 cartons a month basically. So 2 of these packs a day is what I go through. 3 cartons a month. And, you could say it's expensive, whatever. Yeah, I guess it comes out to about $150 a month that I spend on it. But no worries, don't got to worry about e-liquid, don't got to worry about, my device, whatever. It works fine. Other than the problem with the latch, with the breaking latch, I haven't had any problems with it yet. Let me pause this. I'm going to take a quick vape. I'll be back with you in a moment.